Alright, take 8. This is Funky Monkey and Zella Live Star Dakota, and you're listening to the Smackdown Wrestling Podcast Network. Welcome to the family. I hope that one's good.
Don't ever do that on any show ever. God, that sounds terrible.
What do you think I'm going to do every time you say that?
People just turned the podcast off. We just lost listeners.
We did not.
I'm sure we did.
Hey, if they are making a concentrated choice to listen to this bullshit, me saying, "Are you ready for a podcast?" isn't going to deter them.
Mark Storm is probably the only person left listening now.
Does he even listen anymore?
Oh, he does. I'm assuming he does, considering how much he, trust me, whenever I do say something he doesn't like, he makes sure to tweet about it, so.
That's true.
Folks, welcome to episode 72 of Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. I am the host, Timothy Regal, joined as always by the 7-Star Mind, the leader of the 7-Star Mind Academy, Alex McCarthy. Alex, what's going on?
The last couple of days, the first 2 days so far this week, I've spent my drive home on the phone with someone other than you.
Really?
Yep.
Who?
John G.
How's John G?
He's good.
Is he good?
Yep.
He's okay?
Yep.
Everything's good? Everything's kosher in Iowa City?
Yeah, he told me to ask you about some J-Brone from Buffy the Vampire Slayer that you didn't know about.
He's going to rub that in on me forever now. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. There was a comic book convention in the Quad Cities last week that there are conventions here in the Quad Cities, but a lot of them are, like in a Ramada Inn or whatever, and it's a bunch of dealers sitting around selling comics.
Drug dealers.
Not drug. Well, it was pretty much a drug in my life for a while. I got out. I sold my collection a few years back. I got out of comics, and I keep up with storylines and stuff like that through various means, but I don't collect anymore. So I really didn't pay a lot of attention to a comic book convention that was going on, even though it was at the Tax Slayer Center. I didn't really pay attention to it. I found out Thursday that Hacksaw Jim Duggan was going to be there. I'm like, oh, cool. They actually got Hacksaw Jim Duggan to come. Didn't even think to check who else was going to be there. Finally, Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, as I'm getting ready to leave for SCW to go to Walcott, to the Coliseum, it comes across my Facebook feed and I click on it, and I find out that not only did they have Hacksaw Jim Duggan, they also had
Hose.
Well, we'll get to Hacksaw in a minute, but they also had Nicholas goddamn Brandon from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The guy who played Xander Harris on Buffy the Vampire Slayer was at this Comic-Con, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I not know about this? Why didn't somebody tell me about this? Why did I miss this and miss the opportunity to meet the guy who played one of my favorite television characters from probably one of my top 5 favorite television shows of all time?
Because grown men don't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Screw you. Grown men do watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was 19? I think I was 19 when the show came on. I think I was 19 when the show premiered. And I watched every single episode of every single season. I have them all on DVD. I've read books. I've read comics.
You've read books?
Fuck you. Yes, I've read books. You know what book I haven't read? I haven't read the 7-Star Mind Manifesto.
I know that. You'd be a lot smarter if you had.
But no, I was so mad at myself for not finding out about this.
Who did you try to blame it on?
I blamed it on John G because he was there. How come John G didn't call me and let me know?
Because he probably didn't think that a grown-ass man watched the Buff Vampire Slayers.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What? Same thing.
It's on Hulu. You should watch it. Everybody should watch it.
They should sponsor us.
Everybody should watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's an amazing show. But, so, okay. So anyway, yeah, so piss on John G. He's making fun of me because I missed my opportunity to meet somebody I really would have liked to have met. They also have the guy that created Rampage.
Rampage Jackson?
No, not Rampage. The Rampage, the video game. Rampage, the video game that's now a movie starring The Rock.
No idea.
You never played the video game?
If I say no idea, do you think I played the video game?
How have you never played Rampage?
What's it about?
It's where you put a quarter in and you become one of these giant monsters and you destroy buildings.
That sounds like a fun game.
It's an analog.
I don't think I've ever played it.
How the fuck have you not played Rampage? Jesus Christ. How old am I? And how much younger are you?
You're 10 years older than me.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That Rampage was one of those skate ranch games I used to play when I was a kid.
A what?
It was at Skate Ranch.
Oh.
The roller rink.
Regal, where did I grow up?
Dubuque.
We had Skate Country.
You had Skate Country?
Yep.
Did it have arcade games?
I think so, yeah.
I guarantee you it had Rampage.
Skate Country, a great big circle of fun.
See, I grew up in Milan, Illinois, and we had skate. See, there were actually still a couple here in the Quad Cities. There was, when I was a kid, we had Skate Ranch in Milan, there was Skate Land in Moline.
Ooh.
And in Milan, if you grew up in Rock Island and Milan as a kid, in Milan we had monthly school skating parties at Skate Ranch.
Yeah, we had skate parties at Skate Country.
Yeah, and you when I was a kid, you had to go to Skate Ranch every single month to go to the skating party, even if you didn't skate. Because if you didn't go, you were like a social misfit.
I never went.
Of course you didn't. You were a nerd.
You're a dick.
I went because I was trying to be cool, and I was, trying to pick up the young ladies and failing. Speaking of picking up young ladies,
what the fuck?
Your wedding's getting closer.
Yeah.
What the hell are we gonna do for this show when you're like on? Are you gonna Skype in from your wedding?
Fuck no.
From your honeymoon?
No, I got a plan.
We got a plan? Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna have a guest host.
Is it gonna be Thomas?
No. I've been trying to get Thomas to do a podcast for how long?
Thomas never stays current on anything. That's the problem with Thomas.
Yeah.
Right now he's watching DDT.
You and Thomas are going to talk about DDT for a week.
I know nothing about DDT.
He's going to be Thomas educating Regal about DDT.
He's trying to get me to watch DDT. I'm like, dude, the only thing in Japan I know is New Japan. I know New Japan, I know a little bit of Pro Wrestling Noah and a little bit of All Japan.
Was All Japan still active?
Oh yeah, All Japan's still very active.
Oh.
They're basically a Japanese indie promotion now, but they're still active.
Gotcha.
Then they still do some pretty good business. They have some interesting shows. You can get them. I think they're on Fight. I think they have the shows on Fight TV actually. And
oh, you know what? I think you're right.
I think they just started their own streaming service because they were one of the ones that they started a streaming service, and that's what kind of shut down the Real Hero Drive.
What's the Real Hero Drive?
The Real Hero Drive was one of the most awesome things ever. If you were a fan of Japanese wrestling back before, I mean, New Japan's streaming service has been around for a while, but before the last year when everybody started their own streaming service, you could watch Dragon's Gate, you could watch Pro Wrestling Noah, you could watch Stardom, Big Japan, and then you could watch All Japan. And it had everything from like new stuff down back to the classics.
Was it illegal?
Not necessarily, because none of it had distribution over here. Now with streaming services, essentially it becomes illegal to keep it up. That's why they took it down.
Gotcha.
But thankfully, a lot of classic All Japan I can still find on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, Vader, Mitsuhiro Misawa, Kenta Kobashi, Jun Akiyama, those kind of guys, they're still available on YouTube a lot. But what's going on with you?
Working.
We called a Hacksaw Jim Duggan match. Should we talk about
Oh, yeah, let's fucking talk about that, huh?
Let's talk about Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
So, Friday night, I'm sitting at home. Margaret's mom has arrived and is getting ready.
For preface the story, you had the prospective in-laws here over the weekend.
Yeah, the prospective in-laws... Perspective?
The future in-laws, I guess I should say.
Yeah, no shit. Prospective in-laws. What are you saying? What are you saying, Regal? Hey, Margaret, did you hear this?
I used the wrong term, okay?
Did you hear this, motherfucker?
I'm not saying you're not getting married.
Doubting our love, doubting our marriage, referring to your parents as the prospective in-laws. Unbelievable,
No,
Regal.
I happen to like Margaret's parents very much.
Me too.
You met them?
Yes, I met them at the show.
All right.
Anyways, so, Margaret's mother was there. Her father wasn't there yet. And, she tweeted something about how, so they'd made the trip in because she really wanted to see, Mason Beck and Chainsaw King, no DQ, no countout, which was a great match. And all of a sudden, by the way, we're watching WrestleMania 3 because that was from the era when she was a wrestling fan. And all of a sudden, she tweets out like, "Oh, excited for SCW Pro tonight." And SCW Pro tweets it and quotes it and says, "Did you see our big announcement?" And meanwhile, I'm here and I'm looking through my Twitter timeline. I get a notification that SCW tweeted because when I do the preview shows, I get notifications anytime SCW tweets. And so I'm there and I see breaking news. WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan confirmed for SCW Unbroken tomorrow night, only $10. I lost my shit. Well, my first reaction was the SCW Twitter's been hacked. That was my first thought. Because I immediately texted the powers that be, I won't say who, and I said, "What the fuck?" And I get back just this smug emoji face. And so, yeah, it was just... And then I called you, and you being the motherfucker that you are, totally no-sell it. Because you already knew about that Hacksaw was confirmed for this comic book convention.
Yeah, I knew Hacksaw was confirmed for the comic book convention. I did not know that SCW Pro was going to book him at the last minute. And of course, I think it took a delayed reaction.
Yeah,
because
not for Mary Jo and I.
No, for me. It was a delayed reaction of going from I know he's in town, whatever, and then. After I hung up the phone with you, literally, like, walking around for the last hour I was at work, being like, dude, we just booked Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
And I ran into Bobby Dahl, and I'm like, we just booked Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yeah, he was at the show. I'm not sure when he left, but he was hanging out.
For those, Bobby works the same place I do. So.
He probably doesn't want people knowing that.
I figured he doesn't care.
Anyways, so fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan, super cool, put me over huge, which is important, elected not to talk to Regal, which is super important.
I obviously was very busy, did not get a chance to really talk to him. Obviously he's just a super chill dude.
He absolutely is.
He's a great guy.
He really is.
He was really happy to be there. Really happy to get the opportunity to obviously make the show and meet and greet with the fans. We had actually tried to get him a couple years ago and things didn't work out, so he knew who we were, and I was really happy we were able to make it happen. And it's awesome that you can, hey, you get a chance, like the powers that be basically said it. You get a chance to get Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's already in your hometown and he's already there. You do it.
Right.
And I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that came out, everybody that came to see him. We, what do we have, 14 hours?
No, more than that.
It's maybe 16, maybe 18.
About 21.
21 hours, okay, whatever.
Yeah, we announced it about 10 o'clock Friday night.
On 21 hours notice, we were able to put Hacksaw Jim Duggan on a show, And people got the word out, and
Yes.
we definitely had a packed house at the Walcott Coliseum.
Absolutely. I would say probably one of the top 5 houses in Walcott ever, would you say?
I haven't got the exact number. Obviously, Vader Time was the biggest one.
Yeah.
But this one is right up there. This one probably number 2 or 3 right behind it.
I would guess.
And, I mean, it was just great to see Hacksaw. I mean, he came in, he met all the fans. And
Just worked the crowd all night.
And then, lo and behold, you know, your buddies.
My buddies.
They're your friends. JT and Jossie.
Oh, they're my friends. I thought the other guys were my friends.
JT and Jossie, they thought they were going to take the night off. They took out my buddy Thumb.
Yeah.
What's up?
Remember
with
when you hated Thumb and Finger?
Man, Thumb's cool, man.
Wow.
I love the Thumb.
Wow.
But no, Thumb's cool. Finger's Finger. He's a little different, but you grow to love him. He's kind of like herpes. He grows on you.
Jesus Christ. I think you just buried yourself deeper hole here, Regal.
Yeah, Finger's like herpes. You can't get rid of him.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding.
What the fuck?
No,
you're not. You're backpedaling.
I'm kidding. I love Finger.
You are backpedaling like a motherfucker.
I compared Finger to herpes.
Yeah, you did. Oh, what was? Casey had a great line about backpedaling once. What was it? Were you in the car for that?
Oh, yeah, no, because it was me.
Yeah.
When I made the mistake of pitching about vegans, and another wrestler called me out because apparently people in his family were vegan. But no, you know, Finger thought he was partnerless, and then all of a sudden, here came Hacksaw Jim Duggan to save the day and defend the honor of, I guess maybe because you know because they do have the commonality of the Thumb, so
and they both beat cancer.
But they both beat cancer, so obviously,
that's awesome.
Hacksaw came to defend the honor of the Thumb, and Hacksaw he threw JT and Jossie all around the ring. So
absolutely.
And then Hacksaw and Finger got a victory over the tag team champions. So I don't know if that means JP's number 1 contender or what, but
I don't know.
Hey, who knows?
Did you see Shinsuke Nakamura is off SmackDown after being bitten by a police dog?
Yes, Shinsuke Nakamura off SmackDown after being bitten by a police dog. Wow.
Any details on that?
Not much. I don't know how does a police dog just bite you? I kind of want to know.
WWE didn't go into detail on exactly what Nakamura's injury was. However, and you wouldn't have guessed it if I'd given you 100 tries, according to Dave Meltzer over at the Wrestling Observer, so you know it's bullshit, Nakamura was pulled from a SmackDown taping and is uncertain for upcoming Japanese house shows because he was bitten in the leg by a police dog in Bakersfield. No, seriously. Nakamura didn't work SmackDown's Monday Night House show in Bakersfield, California, and Dave Meltzer has confirmed that Nakamura was bit in the leg by a police dog at the Rabobank Arena in Bakersfield yesterday. Whether or not Nakamura will be able to wrestle at WWE's house shows in Japan this weekend is uncertain at this point. This is from Uprocks, which, other than the fact that they cite Meltzer as their source, I think is usually
you know, that
decently
dog,
reliable.
That dog wouldn't have bit him if they were in the Tokyo Dome, according to Meltzer.
Wait. Okay, no. They would have bit the dog if they were in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, wow.
Was that inappropriate?
Yes, that was very inappropriate.
Don't they eat dog in Japan?
No! God!
Is that China?
No!
Where do they eat dog?
God, you're... Wow.
No, they eat...
You're a horrible human being. Oh, my God. Wow. Alex McCarthy...
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to Google it.
In some cultures, they have in the past. I don't think they do that anymore. I hope not, anyway.
Here we go. Answers. There is no slaughter of dogs for meat in Japan. However, there is some import for some restaurants for different cultures. There you go.
So, no, they do not eat them. God, you're horrible today, McCarthy. I got mixed up, okay? I thought it was Japanese culture where they ate dog. I think it's Chinese culture. I don't know. Oh, send your hate tweets to @OneRealSmartAlex, folks. Hopefully, any Asian listeners we have would probably just lost them.
I got mixed. Okay, whatever.
Oh boy. But no, yeah, Shinsuke got bitten. How do you be walking through an arena and get bit in the leg by a police dog? Somebody, please come out with this whole story of how this happened.
I don't know.
Because that's just some weird ass shit.
So Shinsuke's out.
Shinsuke's out. Yeah, they're getting bit in the freaking leg.
Yeah.
What the?
Regal. Why do people get bit in the leg? Why do people get kissed in the leg?
People get kissed in the leg as a show of affection.
Gross.
To a friend after you massage their feet.
I can't believe I brought that up again. Some weird ass leg stuff here on off the leg of Timothy Regal. So you watch it? What do you watch? What'd you watch this week? Regal?
Definitely watched the UK. Did you watch any of the UK tournament yet?
I watched the night one, and I'm about a little over maybe an hour into night two.
Okay, so yeah, night one UK tournament.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah.
I know I immediately texted you and said, you're gonna love Joe Coffey versus Dave Mastiff.
See, I kind of forgot about Joe Coffey because he was like the golden up and coming boy in TNA for a while, wasn't he?
Oh, was he? I don't remember TNA.
No, because Morrow commented on he was Angle's last singles match.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
He was Kurt Angle's last singles match.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. No, Joe Coffey to me is a guy.
I remember when they were expanding into the UK. Was it probably?
Well, they were doing the British boot camp because they also had Mark Andrews.
Yeah. I think Joe Coffey was a big star from that, wasn't he?
May have been. I really wasn't watching TNA in that era, so
I wasn't either.
But no,
It's probably on the Global Wrestling Network. They should sponsor us.
Yes, they should. I love Dave Mastiff.
Yeah, I do too. I love his look.
That dude is the definition of a hoss.
The definition of thick.
Yeah, he is a guy,
as the kids say, thick AF.
And he can move in the ring very well for a big guy. So
you know who he kind of reminds me of? Otis Dozovich.
Yeah, I'd put him actually a way better version of Otis Dozovich. Not to say Otis is bad, but I've seen enough of Mastiff stuff in other promotions, to know that he's really, really, really good. Obviously, my guy Flash Morgan Webster, who I had actually picked to win the tournament, did not win the tournament.
Spoiler alert! In case you're planning to watch that later.
Yeah, if you haven't watched yet, you might not want to listen to this yet. But
Regal.
What?
We really can't afford to give people more reasons not to listen to our podcast.
Well, you know, but sorry, we're probably gonna spoil at least what Alex has seen. But no, Flash Morgan Webster, a guy who I think is super talented guy. Obviously, I love the King of the Mods gimmick that he has, and just a guy who's, like I said, I've never seen enough of his progress stuff to know he's super talented. And he, obviously, this tournament, the 8 guys they put in it, and with the announcement, these are the people that are going to lead the NXT UK brand.
Yeah. So,
it's interesting to see where they slot guys up. Obviously, you've got Joseph Connors, you've got, Wolfgang. Wolfgang we didn't even see the tournament this year but he was on night 2 against Adam Cole. So,
Bebe.
We saw, obviously, did you at least see the opening tag match of day 2?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, the Mustache Mountain versus Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly match, that was absolutely amazing. Like I said, and now we've got Tony, what do you think of the 3-way women's match?
From day one?
From day one.
I liked it.
I like Tony Storm, obviously. I had not seen a whole lot of Killer Kelly before, but I was impressed.
I was too.
So, unfortunately, Ginny got injured.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted to see how they would showcase Ginny and the fashionista gimmick. And hopefully down the line with NXT UK, we will get to see that.
Is she been signed?
I'm going to assume if you were basically on this show, you were signed
To some kind of deal.
I
didn't realize Dunn wasn't under a more regular deal.
Well, they give him the standard UK deal.
Yeah.
Because the UK deals are a little bit different. I know, not Joseph Connors. Who's the other one in South Pacific? The one who did Connors place in the finals? Who was in the finals?
Banks. No.
Or Travis Banks. It was Zach Gibson and Travis Banks in the finals.
Yeah.
Travis Banks is in BOLA this year.
Yeah.
And I think he might be the only WWE UK guy that is.
That's interesting to me.
And we'll probably talk about that here in a minute, because I do want to get into a little bit of that. I think it's kind of a great statement on where the US indie scene is right now. But the whole tournament I thought was great. I like them throwing Jack Gallagher in.
Yeah.
I like that we do see Mark Andrews on night 2.
Yeah, okay.
Spoiler, you get the return of Noam Dar.
I think I'd read that.
So, I
don't really care about spoilers because I know the wrestling's going to be good. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? And that's the great, I was thinking about that the other day. With NXT, and I'm sure with NXT UK, I remember, there was an era where I felt like if I read the spoilers to Raw or SmackDown, there was absolutely no point in watching it.
Oh, kind of like me this week.
No, but I'm saying, back in the day, it was even if it was a good show, even if it sounded good, you felt like if you knew what happened, it wasn't worth watching.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas now, with this UK scene and with
Mm-hmm.
NXT, I'll read NXT spoilers and I'll still watch every episode.
Oh, yeah. I do sometimes I don't. A lot of times what I'll do is go to Cage Match and you can look at the card.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to at least see what matches they had on the taping.
Yeah.
And then just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
I don't know the finishes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no, these UK guys are so...
The point is that the wrestling is so good now.
It is good.
That you can read the spoilers, you can know who wins, and still want to see the matches in the shows.
And these UK shows, they taped last week anyway. So
it doesn't
lot
matter,
of spoilers are
Regal.
out there anyway. But these...
You're totally missing the point.
No, you're saying even if as long as the wrestling's good, you're still going to watch it.
Right.
I know who won at Evolve this weekend. I'm still going to watch it.
Right.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm a show behind right now on Evolve.
Because doesn't Joey Janela win the...
Joey Janela won the title.
The WWN title, not the Evolve title.
Yeah, Joey Janela won the WWN title. And I will check that out. They just put him up on the Club WWN service, which I was going to cancel, and now they're starting to put the shows up on 24-hour delay. So if they do that, I might actually keep the service at least for a while.
There you go.
But the UK division, I am super excited. I want to see where they do going forward. I like the fact that you have Mark Andrews, you have Jack Gallagher, you had Drew Gulak in the tournament. I feel like basically at this point, Triple H is creating almost a new style of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Gary Freeland's talked about that
where
a lot.
His brands, the 205 Live, NXT UK, they can intermingle.
Right.
You can have Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch go over to the UK. You can have Pete Dunne come to 205, or Flash Morgan Webster come to 205 Live.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is on 205 Live. He can go over and do NXT UK. Hideo Itami can go and do whatever.
Fucking Noah.
Hideo, did you see that basically what the deal is with that?
What's that?
He is wrestling in the main event of Marufuji's anniversary card.
Yeah.
So he will be wrestling Marufuji in the main event.
Right.
And
yeah.
I'm sure that will get uploaded somewhere, and I will definitely be watching that match, because that's a match that I used to watch back in 2006 and just have it blow me away. I'm pretty sure I actually have some Noah DVDs packed away somewhere from 2006 that have Marufuji versus Kenta that have Keith Walker's run in Japan.
Can we just, for a minute, talk about how fucking weird wrestling is now compared to the wrestling that we used to know?
Well, the fact that it's because it is partially the internet, partially just the way the landscape changes. Information now and video and everything is instantaneous. And
I'm talking about the fact that fucking a WWE contracted star is being put out on loan to another promotion.
Which to me is a good thing.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's fucking weird.
Well, yeah, WWE hasn't done a deal with a Japanese promotion, I think, since the early 90s. When they worked, I think you've actually got the handhelds from them, the shows they did with SWS.
I don't have anything like that.
Don't you have the handheld collection, Blu-ray?
Doug's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to give that back to me.
Oh, yeah. But it's got the SWS shows that were co-promoted.
One thing I am gonna say is, Hogan was still under contract to the WWF when he did New Japan dates in.
Hogan was on
93?
break. Yeah, 93, 94. Yeah, Hogan
he had the WWF title with him.
Yeah, and then he cut the promo about how the IWGP title was the only title that mattered.
Because back then
nobody had the internet or anything, and nobody realized that anybody outside of Dave Meltzer was never going to see this promo. And,
right. And fuck Dave Meltzer.
Well, be nice to Dave.
Why?
Let's.
He is like killing his credibility with these fucking. Oh, Margaret's shooting up again.
Margaret got a new tattoo on her arm.
Margaret's doing drugs.
Margaret is not doing drugs.
Send us money so I can send her to rehab.
Wow. You're in a mood today, aren't you?
I'm teasing.
You've already alienated anyone who was Asian that listened to the show.
Oh my gosh, Regal, it was an honest mistake. It was an honest mistake.
Oh, Lord. And you say I'm politically incorrect.
It was an honest mistake.
At least you're making jokes about Asians.
I wasn't a joke. It's a fucking honest mistake.
At least the only thing I do is occasionally make the occasional sexist comment.
Oh, because that's better. God, I hate you. I hate you so much. I don't know why I give up the little free time I have to do this with you.
Because it's so much fun.
For who?
For you, and for me, and for everyone that is listening to us. If you're listening, if they're listening to us, they obviously find something about the dichotomy between you and I as appealing to their ears when they're driving in their vehicle to and from work, or when they're sitting at home trying to ignore their family, or...
We're just another failed wrestling podcast, Regal.
We are?
Don't.
We're just another wrestling podcast in Iowa.
If you don't want to spill all the tea, don't spill part of the tea.
As I drink the tea.
Whatever, yeah.
Let's not give that person any more credibility.
That person has killed all of their credibility.
But no, I'm super, like I said, the whole thing with where wrestling is right now, and I think
it's like good. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just weird.
Well, it's good to a point. Here now, I will give you the other side of this coin of. And I've had a very interesting back and forth with several people today on Twitter about the current state.
Can I say one last thing?
What?
If you had written a fan fiction where this happened 5 years ago, everybody who read it would have been like, this will never happen, dog. You're on crack. This is unrealistic. Like, if you wrote a fan fiction about what's happening now in wrestling 5 years ago, everybody would have said you were on crack.
I mean, that's probably true.
Crack!
But, the BOLA lineup got announced.
Yeah.
Yes, completely announced yesterday. And I tweeted out something that I kind of got a little heat for. I said, was I the only person that wasn't overly excited because I don't watch Lucha and I'm only a casual viewer of the UK scene? But the BOLA lineup this year is very, very, very interesting. It is primarily made up of international guys making, in a lot of cases, their BOLA debut. In some cases, their PWG debut. And honestly, some of these guys, I have no clue who the hell they are.
Oh gosh, Regal.
You
mean they didn't wait? They don't clear the list with you before they book these people?
No, they don't.
What the fuck?
Um,
Send your hate tweets at PWG. Timothy Regal's supposed to approve these things, guys.
But just real quickly, I'll run it down. PCO, awesome,
Fucking awesome choice.
Yes, dude. If there's a story in 2018 in pro wrestling,
that's another fucking weird story.
the resurrection of Pierre Carl Ouellet.
If you fucking like put your fan fiction roster like even last year and put PCO on there, we'd be like, dude, what the fuck you got PCO
the fact
on
that
your roster?
PCO is like one of the most in-demand guys on the independent scene right now.
Fucking
because
weird.
He's this 50-year-old dude who just goes to the ring and beats the piss out of people.
Like, he's kind of like, maybe you don't agree with this, he's kind of like Canadian Minoru Suzuki. Is that an accurate comparison?
Actually not a bad analogy. Okay. Brody King,
who is like one of the hottest guys in the indie.
I really haven't seen a lot of his work yet.
I haven't either, but like
I know him and Sammy Callahan are like basically destroying buildings at AAW right now.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the whole storyline where Sammy basically killed a ref and is now suspended and said he's showing up anyway.
Murdered a referee?
Pretty much.
Was it Coin?
It might have been Coin Purse, I don't know. Jody Fleisch, who is a guy that is a UK guy from back in the early 2000s.
Yep, I remember Jody Fleisch was in Ring of Honor.
He was in Ring of Honor. Had an amazing... Actually, the first Ring of Honor tape I ever got had him versus Loki on it.
Yeah.
In an absolutely amazing match, and I was instantly a Jody Fleisch fan for life. So, I mean, obviously there. Elijah Dragunov. I have no clue who the fuck this guy is.
Well, look him up. You got the internet, don't you?
Robbie Eagles. I have no clue who that guy is.
That name sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, but it's not Robbie Echo, not Robbie E, unfortunately.
No.
Not the Robert Strauss brand. Joey Janela.
Naturally.
Obviously, probably the most in-demand American independent guy right now. Puma King, who is from AAA, I believe, or CMLL. He's a lucha guy. This is where we need Thomas.
He's some Mexican, and I'm racist.
He works for a Mexican wrestling promotion. Wow. David Starr.
One of my favorite wrestlers.
Ray Horace, a.k.a. Dragon Azteca Jr. from Lucha Underground.
Okay.
Chris Brooks. No clue who this guy is.
Isn't he a big UK guy?
Is he a UK guy? Okay, he might be a UK guy. Matt Riddle, Darby Allin, obviously two of my favorite guys.
Yeah, two big stars in the indies.
Adam Brooks, I'm guessing a UK guy. Flamita, who's a lucha guy that is awesome. Was in CMLL and I think now is freelancing in Mexico. I saw a bunch of his stuff on Fantastica Mania a couple years ago. He's pretty good. I think he's working the AAW shows All In Weekend.
Gotcha.
Jonah Rock, UK Progress guy.
Okay.
DJ Z. Timothy Thatcher.
Awesome.
T-Hawk and Sema from Dragon Gate.
Okay.
Jeff Cobb.
Awesome.
Travis Banks, who obviously,
Awesome.
like I said, yes, he is the only UK guy. Bandito, who is Flamito's tag team partner.
Okay.
And then the last two, Walter.
Yeah.
Obviously, Walter is Walter, and yeah, if you're out there listening and you only watch WWE, you're like, what the hell are these guys talking about? And you haven't seen Walter, just go search on YouTube Walter, all in caps, and then put wrestling behind it, and this guy will come up, and you'll watch this guy, and you'll think, I should be watching this guy in black and white.
Yeah.
That's the best way I describe Walter, is...
I said that.
Did you say that? I think
you stole that from me.
Did I? Okay.
You have no original ideas.
Oh, I do too. But no, I agree with you on that. Walter is a guy that you look at and you should think, I should be watching this guy wrestling Gene Kanitsky for the NWA World Title in 1965.
Kind of like the only WWE guy that I can really like make a comparison to, an NXT guy is like, I always screw this up. Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, Walter is a giant man who walks out wearing black boots, black tights, no knee pads, a flat top haircut, and he gets in the ring and he beats the crap out of people.
Right. I always want to say Lars Metzger instead of Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
I always get my Larses mixed up.
Big
fan of both guys.
And then the last guy they announced, and I'm super excited about this one, Shingo Takagi. And I'm going to say right now, and I know Thomas Montgomery already texted me, I've seen it a couple times on Twitter, if I don't get Walter versus Shingo Takagi, PWG has officially failed me in life. Because that is
they already failed you in life because they didn't fucking consult you on booking this thing.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. That list actually is great. But you notice something about this. They had to go to Europe and they had to go to Japan to get 24 guys to fill it.
Right, and all those guys are going to be signed by WWE next year.
Because, well, and here's an interesting note. 2 of the 3 finalists from last year's BOLA are now in the WWE.
Right.
A bunch of other ones have signed with New Japan. Some have signed with Ring of Honor. Some have signed with WWN and aren't making this tournament. Only 1/3 of this year's tournament was in last year's tournament. And now,
to me, that's a testament to, if I was Super Dragon, I'd take that as a pat on the back because it's really telling you that this tournament is predicting the future stars of professional wrestling, not just independent.
Well, I think the thing is, right now, we're in kind of an era where, and this actually happened, I'd say back in like 07 or 08, when Punk and Dragon and Joe and all those guys got signed, where every few years, WWE or New Japan or whatever, they're going to take all the best American indie guys and they're going to sign them, and then it's going to take a while for the next crop of guys to come up.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing.
Well, you're complaining about their booking.
Not so much complaining about their booking, it's the fact that there are guys on that list that, like, Igor, whatever the fuck, I have no clue who the fuck that guy is. Like, who the fuck's this
Why
fucking
is
guy?
that a bad thing? You get to learn about new wrestlers, Regal.
That, you may have a point there. My thing is, I would have liked to have seen, where's, like, Myron Reed? Where's Trey Miguel? I'm just going to throw a name at, obviously, I don't know if he's on PWG radar, but what about Stephen Wolf?
Yeah. There are a lot of guys in the United States that should be...
That should or could maybe be on a BOLA lineup that aren't this year. That maybe will be next year. You never know.
Also, is BOLA the same weekend as All In?
I think it's the week. No, I think they moved. I think it's the week after.
Okay.
So it's not the same weekend as All In.
So it makes you wonder if maybe they didn't. Here's a theory. Maybe they didn't know they were going to be able to move it. Maybe they had worked on booking talent, assuming that they were going to have to get people that weren't going to be on All In.
That may be true too.
And now that they aren't the same weekend as All In, they're still keeping the same talent they had. That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking BOLA. Has it ever been bad?
No.
Okay. Have faith, Regal.
There have been years where it was better than others, but has it ever been bad? No. Trust me.
So trust Super Dragon. That's the booker, right?
Yes. Super Dragon and Excalibur.
Yeah.
Hey, Danielle Fishel's in the front row of SmackDown.
Who?
Danielle Fishel.
She loves wrestling.
Yes, she does.
I love her.
Yes, we all love Danielle Fishel.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would get that. See, that's what makes the most sense to me now. Thinking about it, is they thought they were going to be the same weekend as All In, so they planned on not using anybody that was booked for All In, and then at the last minute, you know what I mean?
That might
they got the date changed.
That might be fairly true. It's a really interesting thing to see that, I think it's a commentary a little bit. I know Thomas is happy because they went someplace else to get talent. They didn't just bring in 24 guys that work the same style, that are just going to do high spots, which is what a lot of the PWG naysayers always say about PWG.
Yeah.
That all the matches are the same, and
Yeah.
that they went out and they got guys that do different styles, and it's going to be a more interesting tournament. Like I said, one thing I think this shows though is the UK indie scene right now kind of dry. And that's
why the fuck is that, Regal?
That's not a bad thing. It's because WWE signed everybody they could. They took everybody that was good and they signed them. They signed Adam Cole. They signed Ricochet. They signed Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They signed Lio Rush. They signed Keith Lee. They signed EC3. They brought back Chris Hero.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that, as it often does, there will be new guys that will step up.
There will absolutely
be. You have guys like Kurt Stallion.
Yep. Guys
like Dominic Guarini.
Yep.
Guys, like I said, Stephen Wolf, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, Hakeem Zayn. You see Hakeem Zayn's on Impact now?
Yeah, I did.
Super happy for Hakeem Zayn. Young kid, good worker. Obviously Brody King, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff yet, but I'm hearing nothing but rave reviews about him. I need to check him out.
Wow, Eric Young versus Jeff Hardy for the United States title is happening on SmackDown.
Interesting. They're now that they finally got Sandy up there, it seems like they're giving him a pretty good-sized push.
Yeah, I kind of
They're putting him with the Usos, so hopefully we'll get some really good Usos versus their tag match. Should we talk about SmackDown for a minute?
You mean Raw?
Yeah, SmackDown, and the fact that they've announced it's going to be October 9th, 2019. That it's going to debut on Fox.
I'm excited. I actually get Fox.
And they actually referred to it as the WWE's flagship show. So, again, I think over the next year, you're going to see a paradigm shift.
You think so?
I think so, because if you have SmackDown on network TV...
Especially on Fox. Like, I hate to say it, SmackDown's been on network TV before when it's been on, like...
It was on
UPN
UPN.
And the WN and that bullshit. Like, Fox is a fucking Big Four TV network.
It was on UPN, which was a network that nobody outside of hardcore wrestling fans would watch SmackDown, and Trekkies would watch a show on.
Is that... I never got it.
It
was on our WB affiliate, I think.
The only thing that ever mattered to me on UPN was Star Trek Voyager and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Anything else that was on that channel, I have no clue. Mm-hmm. I think Chris Hardwick had a show on there for a while. Guys Like Us, I think. I'm just mentioning that because Chris Hardwick's career is now dead because he's a piece of garbage.
I don't know who that is. Anyways.
He used to hosted at midnight. Host Talking Dead.
Two things I'd never watch.
God, you're so strange.
I'm strange.
You are very strange.
So? What was I gonna say? Anyways, yeah, I think that's interesting. You think we're gonna see SmackDown become the A show?
I definitely I think you'd be crazy not to.
Because go ahead.
You have the ability to reach way more people on a network TV, especially in 2018, where more and more people are cutting the cord every day on cable and satellite.
Yeah.
And going to streaming. You have way more people that can watch that show live that can watch Raw live.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're definitely going to see more. I'm going to be interested to see who's going to be the WWE champion in October of 2018. I have a horrible feeling that I know who it's going to be. No, it won't be John Cena.
Hey,
Here comes the big dog!
I have a question. What the fuck is going on with Brock Lesnar?
I have no fucking clue. Is this a storyline? Is this a shoot? What the fuck?
No, like, will you explain to me what's going on? Because I've only got bits and pieces from social media.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I don't know if this is...
They canceled the main event of Extreme Rules because Brock's not going to honor his commitment to defend at SummerSlam.
Now, I think this is a storyline. I think it's an angle. I don't think this is legitimate. I want to think this is an angle. I would hope Brock would at least, if he's gonna decide he doesn't want to wrestle anymore, at least come in and do the honors for somebody. Whether it be Braun, whether it be Seth Rollins, whether it be Roman Reigns. I pray to God it's not Roman Reigns, for the love of Pete. Even though I would actually kind of enjoy watching it be Roman Reigns, because I'm afraid if they do that the Barclays Center, the fans may actually burn it down.
One thing I will say is, but the thing is, if it is, I lost my train of thought. I see a lot of people complaining about the 30-day defense clause.
Apparently, I saw somebody actually say they got blocked by WWE on Instagram for bringing that up.
I saw that also.
Yeah.
Is that in Ringside Chat, maybe?
I don't remember, but so here's the thing. Basically, the only way you can justify this is that if you publicly come out and admit that Brock has Vince McMahon's balls in a jar. Because that's the only way Brock's still the WWE champion. We were always told, from the time I started watching wrestling to the time and we've literally seen them use it as a way to get the title off of someone in recent time. If you don't defend your title every 30 days, you're stripped. Brock holds the title for 6 months and just goes hunting in Canada.
Oh, wait. Because I'm actually thinking of the two instances where they did use it to strip somebody, and it was Naomi and Daniel Bryan, who were injured. Maybe the stipulation is you have to be able to defend it every 30 days, and if the general manager doesn't book you to defend it, then you're not obligated.
So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm
just looking at the spin on it. You know what I mean?
I get the spin that you're going for there, but I don't like it.
It's an out. It's
an out.
Out.
Either way, it's just here's my thing. And I know I've had conversations with this. I'll shout out Doug Ritter. We're of the same mind on this. I'm over the Brock Lesnar thing. He broke Punk's record, which is what Vince wanted. Get him to SummerSlam. Get the title off of him. I honestly don't give a give it to fucking Kurt Hawkins. At least then it's going to get defended on TV on a regular basis.
Woo!
Rick!
When you're living, Regal.
What's going on, Rick?
I heard you talking about Brock Lesnar as the champion.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say about that?
What do you got to say, Rick?
I defended that thing 9 times a week. I wrestled more minutes in the ring in 2 nights than Brock Lesnar does in an entire year.
I have no doubt in that, Rick.
The Nature Boy. Hour draw every night. You think Brock can do an hour draw?
Twice on Saturday and twice on Sunday.
Absolutely. I am the Nature Boy. And then after that, I know Brock Lesnar's going home to Sable. And Sable, well, I'm not going to say anything about that. But, I'm not going to talk about Sable. But, I defended 9 times a week. 7 days a week, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday. And go ahead and say it, Regal, the greatest champion of all time.
And then after that, you'd go out and Nation all night.
Absolutely. The 15th floor of the Marriott. Woo! Woo! Woo!
So Rick, who would you have be the champion?
Beat Brock?
Yeah, who'd you have beat Brock?
You know who I'd have.
Seth Rollins?
Ashley. It's gotta be Ashley.
Hey, Rick, I'm glad you're here. We didn't talk about Ashley for a second.
If you're gonna say something stupid, I'll put your ass in the finger
No,
right now.
I want to talk about that ESPN magazine.
I knew you sick son of a bitch. What are you? You didn't look at it, did you?
Oh, I looked at it.
I'll chop your fucking eyes out right now with my bare hand, Regal.
I looked at it.
You couldn't hear earlier. You're not gonna be able to see, hear, smell, or touch when I'm done with you. If you talk about Ashley in an impure way,
she looked very well built.
I'll beat your ass. I'm gonna.
Now, back in 1986, if they would have came to you and said, we need to put you in this magazine, Rick, would you have done it?
Naked?
Yeah. Would you have showed him the baby's arm?
1996?
1986.
1986? Oh, yeah.
All the ladies would have seen the baby's arm, and...
Yeah, you just got to go to the 14th floor of the Marriott, Regal.
That was the 15th floor.
Yeah, but you can see it from the 14th floor.
Oh, okay. That's...
Woo!
Man, Rick did not want to talk about
Why
that.
are you talking about me as if I left?
I thought you left.
You thought I left. You're so disrespectful. You're not even paying attention. When the greatest champion of all time is in your presence. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, Rick. You're the greatest champion ever.
The greatest men's champion of all time.
The greatest men's champion
Because
of all
the
time.
greatest women's champion of all time is...
Carmella?
Are you kidding me? I'll chop your ass right now. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Ow!
Son of a bitch.
Wow, Rick, you really can't take a joke.
Not when it comes to Ashley. You say her name.
Ashley.
Say she's the greatest,
women's
champion of all time. And now say she should main event every WrestleMania until she's dead.
She should main event every WrestleMania until she's dead.
You son. Say it like you mean it.
She should main event every WrestleMania until she's dead, Rick.
Woo! Now I'm leaving.
Okay.
Holy shit, Regal.
Ow!
Your chest is red.
Rick chopped me.
Rick, he's never done that
For
before.
an old guy, he still got it.
Are you kidding me?
Ow!
All right, Rick, we need to get you out of here. Oh.
You know what?
Wait. He's never been here before. Damn! Ron Simmons, everybody.
Really?
You know what? Next time you're going to talk to Rick.
I don't want to talk to Rick.
Every
He
time
just chop the shit out of you.
I talk to Rick, he just gets mad.
Well, you shouldn't piss him off. You know what triggers him.
Can't take a joke. Jesus.
God. You okay?
At least,
I think you're bleeding.
I think I might be. At least Dusty doesn't yell at me as much as Rick does.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, shit. Have we taken up enough of people's time this week yet?
Yeah, we're a little under an hour. We can stop if you want. Are you saying you're done?
I'm running out of things to talk
You don't
about
have
this
anything.
week.
Say something stupid, Regal.
Should we talk about Scarlett Bordeaux?
No, we're done.
We're
done.
Dude, she's going to like India or
We're
something.
done.
That girl travels, man.
Let me tell you something, baby.
Dusty.
What?
I'm glad you're here, man.
What's going on, Regal?
We didn't talk about Cody.
I just gave you the plugs.
Well, you know, Cody.
Rick told me to cut this thing short. You really pissed him off, baby.
Dude.
What's going on?
You know, Cody got a big match coming up Friday night.
Friday night, he's going to win the Ring of Honor World Championship, if you will.
Then he's going to win the NWA World Title at All In.
I know that, baby. You don't have to tell the dream.
I mean, I'm excited. Did you see he raised $10,000 for Paws Chicago?
For who?
For animal shelter in Chicago?
Why is he raising money in Chicago? I thought he was running for senator in Texas.
But they're doing All In Chicago.
That's right, baby. I forgot. That's right.
They did a special meet and greet with him, Brandy, and Pharaoh.
Pharaoh?
The dog.
Pharaoh's little dog?
Yeah.
I like Pharaoh.
He's a good dog.
He is a good dog, Regal. You know who else is a good dog?
Who?
You are.
Thank you.
You're my good dog, Regal.
Did you see what Rick did to my chest, Dusty?
Damn, Regal. What'd you say to him, piss him off like that?
I made a joke he didn't like.
You can't mess with him. He's crazy.
And you just yell at me. You at least don't hit me. You don't give me the elbow.
You want me to give you the elbow?
No, I don't want you to give me the elbow.
I'll give you the elbow, baby. Oh, baby. Cover it if you will. Flip, flop, and fly, if you will.
Oh, man.
Why you got... I'm sorry, Regal. You want me to kiss it?
No, I'm good,
You want me to kiss it?
I'm good, Dust.
I'm going to kiss it.
Okay. Thank you, Dusty.
This is weird. This is the weirdest podcast. I just came in to do the plug, and now I just kissed Timothy Regal. This is weirder than... At least I didn't kiss your feet.
No, you kiss my feet.
No, that's disgusting.
Only Jerry Lawler does that.
Jerry Lawler kissed your feet?
No, remember when Jerry had to kiss his own
Didn't
foot?
even mistake him for a... Never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Remember when Jerry had to kiss his own foot?
Yeah, I remember that, baby.
Yeah, that's what I was
Who
talking
booked that shit?
about. That was Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard booked that shit?
Yeah.
All right, baby.
Why don't you give him the plugs, Dust?
Give me the plug. All right, baby. Go ahead and follow Timothy Regal at SCW Regal 444. Follow that sweet precious thing, Margaret. Well, she a lady. She's not a thing. I didn't mean. I misspoke. She's not a thing. I misspoke. I'm sorry, baby. You should follow Margaret Adele at Bells in a Cell and at Margaret Adele. Also personal on Instagram. She writes some stuff. She's writing a book. It's not like the book for Mid-Atlantic in the late 80s.
I'm not writing a book, Dusty. I wrote a book.
You're gonna write another one though, aren't you?
I've written like 5.
The Life and Times of the American Dream. Anyways,
That's a good book. I'd read that book.
you would?
Yeah.
I wrote a book, Bastard. Why didn't you ever buy it?
I did. I bought it. I read it.
Okay,
It was a good book.
good. Shut up. Now you're done. Anyways, David Reed, you got me all flip flop and flustered here, baby. Follow Alex at One Real Smart Alex. Go ahead and follow the podcast Off the Chest TR. Go ahead and follow Slam Fam at Slam Fam Wrestling Network. One of the most successful. Never mind, Margaret told me not to go there. Follow Slam Fam Network at Slam Fam Wrest on Instagram, Slam Fam Wrestling. Like the Slam Fam Wrestling Network on Facebook.
You got through it, Dust. Good deal.
Just barely, baby. That was not my best week.
Oh, hey, Dusty.
What's going on, baby?
You know we got to talk about next week.
What we got to talk about next week?
We got Glow next week.
Glow.
Glow's back Friday.
It's Black Friday.
Yeah.
We gonna watch it
We're gonna watch some Glow
together. All right, baby. I
love
love Glow.
I know you like that Glow.
I love those sweet ladies, especially the awesome call, baby. Oh, she's just awesome to the American Dream. You know I love her. I booked her in TNA.
All right. So
We'll see you next. Oh, baby, I'm excited for that.
next week we'll talk some Glow. We'll probably give out some. We'll talk about. It's gonna be officially the halfway point of the year, so we'll probably talk a little bit about that next week.
I don't give a shit about that. I'm gonna talk about some Glow. I'm gonna turn it over for me some Lance Catamaran. Regal.
Hello, Lance.
Hello. You know I usually avoid talking to you,
Yes, I know.
but I do have a question.
Did you give me Susan's phone number, or Debbie Desperado's?
I've got you their fax number here. My question for you is, Regal.
Yes, Lance.
Do you know if they're making a new season of Southpaw?
I have heard rumors that they are.
I'm just worried that my relevance is depleting. And I just want to see if I can get maybe added for another season.
I'm sure you'll be on there.
I hope so.
You're the voice of Southpaw, Lance.
I really am.
I've got my Southpaw Regional Wrestling koozie right here.
You're a liar. I don't even think that giant soda would fit in a koozie that you're drinking. For Alex McCarthy, Margaret Adele, The American Dream Dusty Rhodes, Timothy Regal, The Nature Boy Ric Flair. This is Lance Catamaran, and we'll see you at the show. Why the hell was I last? Are you kidding me?
Ow! Rick, stop chopping me!